Hello and welcome to another episode of Raman Rewinds. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about one of the heroes of the 1983 World Cup side. In fact, this man, in a way, started off the collapse of the West Indies innings. He picked up the wicket of Gordon Greenidge, a solid opener with a superb delivery, which is something that people don't mind watching again and again. And even now, after almost just about 4 decades have elapsed, yes, you would have guessed I'm talking about Balvinder Sandhu, the swing and seam bowler that India had in that squad, who made good use of the English conditions on that particular afternoon and picked up wickets to provide the fillip that the Indian side needed. Balvinder Sandhu, or Ballu as he is affectionately known in the cricketing fraternity and to his dear friends, was a great exponent of swing and seam. Apparently, he has told me on many occasions that he learned cricket by himself. He said he started off as an off spinner and then he suddenly decided that he had an ability to make the ball swing, and hence he started experimenting and learned the art of making the ball swing by a trial and error method. Good job he did that, because otherwise we wouldn't have had somebody to pick up those couple of wickets in the World Cup final to give that much needed encouragement that the other bowlers would have required on that afternoon. I came across Balvinder Sandhu in the mid 80s when Tamil Nadu was playing against Bombay, and it was played at the Wankhede Stadium, and he had bowled with a new ball with not much of success. And then as the innings kept going with Tamil Nadu getting in excess of 400 runs towards the end of the innings, he had remarked that that was a pitch where he was going to concentrate on getting runs, because he had tried his best to pick up wickets, but that was not to be. So he said that he would focus on getting some runs, which would be required, because chasing a target of 400 plus was not going to be easy. Now, one must remember the context of what things were when Balvinder Sandhu was playing. He is being spoken about as a swing and seam bowler. Yes, there's no two ways about it. But the problem for such a kind of bowler was that the balls that were used in the domestic circuit then would have a lot of lacquer, and at the end of 12 overs, 15 overs, how much ever the bowlers tried to retain the shine, it could not be done, because the lacquer would disappear, and then it is hard work for the bowlers. This meant that Balvinder Sandhu had to pick up wickets whatever he could in the first 5 to 6 overs of his spell with the new ball, because that's when the lacquer would be there, and of course when the lacquer was there, the ball would swing prodigiously. So he had no time to really ease into spell. He had to be on the money straight away, and he had to really make sure that he made use of the lacquer on the ball, failing which not only it was hard work for him, he had to wait until the second new ball was taken, which is perhaps about 90 overs away. So Balvinder Sandhu knew the importance of being on the money straight away and picking up wickets. And it was not a surprise that he could do that even with the different brands of balls that were used abroad as well. For instance, in England, it's a different brand of ball that's used, and also in Australia, West Indies, it's a different kind of ball that is used from what normally is used in the Indian domestic circuit. Of course, Balvinder Sandhu's exploits are well known, and what has happened since he retired from cricket is that he's kept his involvement with the game going, and in fact he was one of the earliest in the queue for coaching at the NCA, and he was entrusted that responsibility within the first 3-4 years of inception of the NCA, and he spent quite a few years there, and after which he also coached a lot of state sides, and it is generally said that Balu and his laptop were inseparable, because he was really passionate and he was always thinking about how to provide his wards uh, advice to help them perform better. His sense of responsibility was tremendous. He was passionate, and he's a no nonsense man, because you will get ticked off if you talk something which is absolutely rubbish. That's the kind of person Balvinder Singh Sandhu is, but he's also a very helpful man and a very kind man as well. Of course, his short temper is something that a lot of people made use of to try and wind him up quite frequently, and uh, towards the end and much later in life, he realized that's a way of having a laugh as well. I've had great interactions with Balvinder Singh Sandhu when we used to be part of the coaching camps at the NCA, and the passion with which he spoke, the passion with which he did, was tremendous. And regardless of the age difference between the both of us, he would always be ready to listen to what I had to say and execute what needed to be executed when he came in as one of the visiting coaching faculty in the NCA. And we had great laughs, and it was a lesson watching Balvinder Singh Sandhu go about things, because passion is something that you cannot really go and buy in a shop. It's something that you either have or you don't have. And Balvinder had a lot of passion in him, and he was ever ready to help anybody who required his help. Now, Ballu executed a different role when he got to hear that a movie was going to be made comprising characters of 1983 side, and he played a major role in providing all the insights, all the inputs about what transpired during the campaign of the 1983 World Cup. And quite obviously, what I get to hear is that the movie was really good, and it was as if people were just taken back to that particular time when the Indian team traveled together in a bus, and then they felt that they were having a first-hand experience of how the team fared, how the team communicated with others and also within themselves. So Balu, well done on that front as well, and it would have only been interesting, and it would have been perhaps a little colorful as well if you were to play a part in that. I haven't watched the movie, so I wouldn't know if you had played a part. Balu, great character, great guy, and I've enjoyed all the times that we had being part of several camps at the NCA. And of course, there are no two ways about the fact that I enjoyed all the interactions and the knowledge that you possess, and which you willingly transfer it to people who require it. I'm sure that you'll be having a great time with your grandchildren. And as always, I would like to thank you for everything that you did when you visited the NCA. And of course, it'll be my pleasure to catch up with you sometime when I visit your city or when you come over to my city. Until then, be good and stay safe, Balu, and have a lot of fun with your grandchildren. That's it for now from me on this episode, and until I catch up with you next, try and be good and stay safe.